Had a really good question today on the YouTube channel, and let's have a nosy at it, have a gander at it. The question was from Anthony Butale. He says, Jacob, why do you say we should go to failure on certain sets when you always emphasize intensity? That's a good question. So, yeah, I always harp on intensity because the vertical leap is a movement of intensity. It's an explosive movement. So moving slowly is typically not going to benefit you, especially if that is your main mode of training. So let's just right up front, let's say typically you should be moving explosively. You should be reversing directions as rapidly as possible, and you should be activating as many muscle fibers as you can by using a decent amount of overload. And you should also be training fast contractions with plyometrics and explosive movements. Anyways, intensity should be the foundation of your movements, and without that, your progress will be limited. So why would we have any failure sets in there? Well, there's a few reasons. One, as long as training to failure isn't what you're doing, isn't the main mode of your workout, there can be some benefit to it, and especially for beginners, because beginners come in and they have a low anaerobic endurance, and anaerobic endurance isn't what we're trying to build up with the vertical leap. We're trying to build up explosiveness. However, having a foundation of muscular endurance will allow you to train better, train your strength better. So it will just give you the capacity to do more explosive movements. So a lot of the people who get the jump manual are beginners, and those failure sets will help them to build a foundation of muscularity, muscle mass. As well, there are other benefits. For example, the blood flow that comes into muscles during a set that would go to fatigue or failure is good for your recovery. And so typically we want to keep those sets at the end because we don't want to interfere. We don't want that fatigue to interfere with the explosive movements that we do for the main portion of our workout. So, but there is some benefit to doing the failure sets at the end. And one is building foundation of anaerobic endurance and muscularity. Two is the blood flow, which can help in recovery and muscle building. And there is some research that has shown that building your anaerobic endurance will also increase your anaerobic power thresholds. So, and lastly, let me say that as motor units fail, other motor units are recruited. So training to failure may help you increase the strength of fibers that may not be recruited in the same way. So the recruitment pattern is going to be different and can help you build strength in a different way. However, again, you shouldn't be training to failure all the time, and intensity and explosiveness should be the main mode of your training, and that is what is going to get you the results. And for advanced lifters, sometimes I take out the training to failure or I reduce it. I still believe that there's a benefit to the recovery and injury prevention, and the blood flow I think is good, but sometimes when we